Daniel Hernandez from Tijuana, Mexico. And there he is. Hernandez trying to get a win on his record. Coming into this, his third professional bout of his career. Has an 0-2 record. Has a tough test in front of him. Taking on Miguel Lugo from Yuma, Arizona. As Hernandez with his corner, getting his last-minute instructions and a slap in the face by his one of his cornermen, and another slap. All right, and a kiss.
Medrano, who we saw in the previous fight, looking to be in the corner.
Good eye there, Jess Penny.
Hey, thank you.
Hernandez now steps inside the cage. This fight happening at 165 pounds.
And I really love the fact that they have that catch weight. There really needs to be a gap in between 155 and 170. It's a huge jump, as is 170 to 185.
Yeah, that's another big jump too. That's 2 weight classes. As we see now, the shadow of Michael Lugo behind the curtain as he's warming up and is about to make his way over to the cage. Fighting out of Arizona. Lugo with a 1-0 record. Part of the Yuma top team.
And we have the part of the main event in the corner.
And that's a not too common thing to see, right, Jessica?
No, it's really not that common. Usually fighters are focused on themselves backstage. But in a previous interview, Efren talked about how he's been finding himself in coaching, mentoring positions with his fighters, with his teammates. And so that is where he's transitioning to. So, I mean, hats off to him. I think that's awesome that he's taken the time, out of his fight night to support his teammate.
And he has his hands wrapped up too.
He's always ready.
He's always ready, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Look, he takes a selfie with the fan.
Taking selfies.
Right, he's about to fight in like an hour.
No biggie, cool, calm, and collected. And honestly, like, why shouldn't he be? He's been everywhere in this sport from the top to the bottom.
As both our fighters are in the cage now, let's take it up to our ring announcer to make the fight official.
Entertainment FNC presenta el siguiente compromiso de la noche. 3 rounds de combate, 5 minutos de acción. Presentando primero en la esquina azul, el que tuvo la báscula de 75 kilogramos de peso. Viste un pantaloncillo de color negro con plateado. De Tijuana, Baja California, México. Del gimnasio que porra. Daniel Hernandez. Oponente, contrincante, rival en la esquina roja. Él detuvo la báscula de los 75 kilogramos de peso. Viste un pantaloncillo de color rojo con blanco. De Yuma, Arizona, USA, Miguel Lugo. Tercera en la superficie, Daniela Moda.
Peleadores, ya saben bien sus reglas. Hagan una pelea limpia. Cuando yo diga alto o stop, me voy a hacer para choque en las manos a sus esquinas. Peleador listo. Peleador listo. Listo. Pelea.
Here we go, action underway here at 165 pounds. Miguel Lugo, the red shorts, taking on Daniel Hernandez in the black shorts. Both fighters exchanging. Kick from Hernandez. Lugo, though, coming forward.
Lugo coming in with a
takedown
nice
attempt there.
overhand right, set it up.
Scramble happening here.
Lugo with
Lugo.
relentless pressure to pass that guard of Hernandez. I like that he reached for the head, passed right to Mount.
Punches,
Establishing
big ones
position,
being landed
raining
by Lugo
punches
now.
down. And this is what I like to see when somebody's in Mount. You're not,
That's a bad position. Hernandez is going to have to defend himself.
no, what Hernandez needs to do, he needs to start pushing that leg, getting his hips out. At the very least, he needs to start bringing Lugo down on top of him. It's just a terrible position to be in.
Big knees being landed by Lugo. It's all him at this point, very early on in this round number one.
Lugo looking to isolate a leg, or excuse me, an arm.
These are
And
big
he's
shots
really
being landed.
He's posturing all the way up and raining those elbows down. The ref is looking like she wants to possibly intervene. I'm really hoping that she lets it go.
Hernandez trying his best to get out of this position.
He is, but Lugo's mount is just really impressive.
Blood coming from it. The eye of Hernandez.
Lugo now isolating the arm, looking for a key lock. It looks like he's going to get it too. Hernandez fights it off, but to no avail. He's still in that mounted position.
And it's been
And
all
looks-
Lugo at this point.
The ref is letting him know that he needs to definitely
Big punches
start
being
working.
landed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
it's all
seen
over.
enough, and I'm not
Good
mad
call
at
there
that one.
from the referee as Daniel Lugo, an impressive stoppage win over here in Tijuana, just overwhelmed Daniel Hernandez. Got on top of him and just pummeled him.
I mean, that pressure, that relentless pressure, as soon as he got him down, he worked to pass, worked to get to mount, and he just stayed on top of him the whole time. It was very textbook.
So we see Hernandez bleeding, cut, I believe on the left eye, on the side of the head.
Yeah, I'm definitely not mad at that stoppage. You want to give the fighter every single opportunity to defend themselves, to get out of a position, and that's a difficult position for anyone to be in.
We take a look back at the final moments before the stoppage. Lugo on top, raining just big punches on Hernandez. Hernandez just in a bad spot, covering up, and the ref smartly stopping the fight.
Hernandez just seemed so overwhelmed and just didn't exactly know what to do to get out of that position and to get into a better position.
Lugo looks like he could still do a few rounds too. All smiles. It's a one win in the win column for their team, with Efren Escudero looking to add another win in the main event. As he steps in the cage, does Efren Escudero, who's, if you notice, hands are taped up.
Hands are taped up, ready to go. Efren Escudero joining his teammate. And oh, I see the Gremlin, Danny Martinez, my Alliance teammate back there too. Arizona
Damas y
native, looking to
caballeros,
support his friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, a los 2 minutos con 29 segundos del primer asalto, 2 minutes, 29 seconds, round number 1. El vencedor por nocaut técnico, the winner by TKO, Miguel Lugo!
So we see Miguel Lugo get a big stoppage win here. Bloodied up our broadcast booth here because he had that cut open as he's posing with his teammates. You you see our main eventer, Hernandez opposing with him as well. He's fighting in our main event, taking on Leonard Smith Jr. Good performance from Lugo, Jessica.
I mean, it really was textbook. It was a very dominant performance. And this is the kind of thing that Efren was talking about, where he trains with killers. He, you know, is constantly tested, pushed to the limits. He trains with people that are constantly trying to make a name off of his name. When you have a name like that and you walk into a gym, everybody wants to test themselves with you. And that's just going to take you to the next level, whether you are that person that they're trying to build yourself off of, or, you know, the one that you're testing yourself to.